What's up, y'all? Welcome to Sunday Soup, the podcast where comfort meets conversation. I'm Lindsay. I'm your host, your chef, your storyteller. And every other week, I whip up a delicious soup and pair it with some thought provoking conversation, maybe some inspiring stories. Maybe I can make you laugh, do it all in one video. If that sounds like something that you are interested in and that you like, go ahead and comment, and subscribe. Heavy on the subscribe because that'll get you more of this content. But today, we're gonna yap. I'm really gonna yap. Today, I just want to do a cozy catch up over soup. That's what I'm calling this episode. And I'm just going to talk about all the things that I've learned up to this point. This is what, episode 7? I think it's episode 7. That's crazy. So I'm excited to just reflect and think about all those things as we make a corn chowder with a little twist because we're going to add some lobster to it. So this is going to be a really good soup. Grab your bowl, get cozy. Let's stir this soup up together and we're going to take it to the stove. Alright, so for this corn chowder, of course, we're gonna have corn. That's really important. And I'm gonna cut the kernels off of the cob, the husk. The cob. It's the cob. We're gonna need a lime for some fresh lime juice, some potatoes. I have half of a yellow onion, I believe, maybe, I don't know, a red pepper. I've got the lobster that I already took out of the shell and diced it up in this bowl. And then we're going to add in veggie broth, sherry cooking wine, half and half, of course, and some cilantro. So this is like a summery kind of soup. And I feel like this is perfect as the weather gets warmer and the days get longer. Who doesn't want a good, yummy summer chowder to eat? So we're going to start prepping these vegetables. I'll start with cutting the potatoes. I decided to take this episode in a different direction than I normally do because I just feel like, one, this is a good time for me to do it. I decided that. Also, I am a little bit mentally tired, I feel like. And sometimes you don't always want to critically think about life and critically think about everything you're going through and be so self-care focused that you forget to give yourself time and space to just be human and exist and maybe have a day off from thinking critically. Not that I don't want to think critically, but I really just want to enjoy today. And I want to make this soup as a way to restore, I don't know, my soul a little bit. I probably should have, what's it called? Peeled these potatoes. I probably should have done that. But we're here now, so I think we're going to rock with it. I don't know what that is. I was just thinking about the soup. It might be better if they're peeled. But now I'm halfway done cutting the first one and I'm not sure if I should peel the others or just keep going. But I'll decide. I'll make that decision later when I get to the second potato. But yeah, like I said, exactly. I'm tired. I've made a lot of decisions, I feel like, and I've just had to be an adult. And I don't always want to think so deeply about self-care. I just want to take care of myself, make some enjoyable soup, kind of get back to my roots of how I started making soup. It was a way to add variety to my meals, but also, I don't know, it felt like a self-care practice. It's a slow, it slows you down. It's a nice meal that you can take your time with, but you don't have to add in a whole lot. It doesn't take a whole lot. It just takes some prep and then you can enjoy it. So I kind of wanted to get back to that, and I decided today I would do just that and make it a little cozy vibe over some soup. So if you're watching this, you can play yourself some music. If I had some wine, I would probably have a glass, but I don't. I don't have any wine. I don't think. No, I don't have any wine. So, just making it a very cozy vibe for myself as well as for you. I realized my actual potato peeler or vegetable peeler is dirty. So, or in my dishwasher. So I'm just going to use this one. And it's I think it's serrated. I don't know if that's the right word, but I'm going to do my best to peel that while I sit here and talk. But yeah, today I just want to enjoy my environment, enjoy my peace. I think I am going to reflect a little bit over the last few episodes as the season comes near a close and just think about all the things that I've talked about and really how I've been challenged in them. I do not I think I said this one of those episodes, a couple episodes ago. I do not take this lightly. The stuff I be saying is real stuff that I go through and stuff I have to practice for myself. And it's really hard to sometimes practice what you preach. I don't like this peeler. I want my other one, but it's dirty. It can be hard to like I said, practice what you preach and like really lean into things that like you can tell people. Like I sometimes I can give the best advice, but I cannot take it for myself. So I feel like this podcast has challenged me not only to take the advice for myself, but for whatever reason, every time I do give advice, all of a sudden it comes up that I need to like it's like something I have to fix that week. Like I'll talk about something and I'll be like, oh, this is such a good episode. And then literally like a few days later, I'm like, okay, you got to practice it now because it's showing up again in your life. So I definitely have enjoyed this podcast for that reason. And I hope you have as well. Like, I hope it has resonated with you and challenged you, taught you new things, not just like things to know, but like things about yourself. Like this podcast is really a space for me to build community and like a space for people that are similar to me and going through similar experiences. So yeah, I'm gonna peel this other one, but I'm taking so long that I think I'm gonna peel it off cam. Okay, I was moving slow, so I peeled it off cam. I love a cozy Sunday. I feel like Sundays really are meant for cozy vibes. Like, I don't know, my Saturdays, I actually don't know how my Saturdays look different. They're like my rest days, which could also be cozy, but my Sundays are definitely like, I would say my coziest day. And today I had my perfect Sunday routine. I normally wake up and either go to church or stream church online. And I went in person today just because I was like, I really feel like it. I want to get out the house and I want to be like around people and in that space. So I'll go to church. I'll like always have a good after church nap, like always. It is a must. Since growing up, I think everyone has this, like everyone feels this way. You have to have a good after church nap. And it used to be after we ate, like we would eat, you get the itis, you go to sleep. But since I have to like cook for myself and half the time I'm making soup, I normally take my nap before. Like I might have a little snack or I'll eat breakfast before I go to church and then I have my little afternoon nap. And today's nap was so good. I was like, whew, this is hitting. Really needed it. And then I'll spend time with my dog and like we'll go, out or I'll do something just to like be mindful and intentional. And I love music. I probably listen to music far too often. Like I can't every day when I wake up, first thing I do is play music. And what was I gonna say? I always listen to music, especially on Sundays. So I like listened to my music while I was cleaning up and setting up for this episode just to like rejuvenate and restore myself and like, I don't know, just bring in the vibe that I was looking for. And this is like a trend somewhat, and I love it, like romanticizing your life. Like life is hard, a lot goes on, and like there's a lot of things on social media about how we should live and what your life should look like and what you should do and who you should talk to and what you should buy and what you should wear, whatever. And I think we get so caught up in just like seeing what everyone else is doing and like recognizing all those things that we forget how beautiful our own life is and just like romanticizing it. And I've just been trying to do a better job of that, of like literally romanticizing my life. Like, wow, this is so beautiful. I can wake up in the morning. I can read my book. I can go to church. Like the smallest stuff. Look at me getting in my car. So cute. Like actually like romanticizing it so that like, I don't know, it just helps your mentality. It helps your whole vibe. I think if you love your life, then other people are going to love your life. Not that it matters if other people love your life. Sometimes I wish people didn't like my life because sometimes I just want to sleep. Sometimes I don't want to hang out. I don't want to kick it. I just want to sleep. But when you love your own vibe, it attracts other people to you. And so people want to like also love your vibe. But it's really important that you love your life and that you can romanticize and just see the beauty in like all the little things that you have. I was going to cut more potatoes, but then I realized how much I have. I'm not cutting anymore. Like this is supposed to be a corn chowder and it's about to be another potato soup. So I need to relax. I think that's more than enough. So now I'm just cutting this corn off the cob and trying not to cut myself in the process. Ooh. Okay, I got the corn and the potatoes prepped and in this bowl so I have space to cut the peppers. I also on Sundays I try to like think about my week, what I have coming up and like what I need to do to get myself together. Luckily, I work a hybrid job. So Mondays I work from home and that just gives me extra time to like get myself together and just like I used to have this supervisor who she might be watching this, but she would always say, let's just ease into the week, guys. Like we would have a lot going on and students would be being students and she'd be like, let's just ease into this week, ease into this event. And it's like, no, it has literally become a motto of my life. And I'm like, just gonna ease into this. Okay, I should not be playing with that knife like that. But it's very true. And it is like set up my work-life balance, I think. Like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna ease into this. I'm not gonna stress too much. So I love the idea and the notion of easing into my weeks, and I definitely do it. So shout out to Rosario. She's a real one for that. And it's gonna be probably my life's motto for work. Let's just ease into the week. So I definitely like to at least think about what I have going on that week, especially when you're like busy, and think about like I am in that business class, so think about homework I have to have done, which is like, but it's not real homework, or like any personal appointments I have, or stuff I owe people, or like stuff, I said I would do to help other people, whatever. So I think about all those things and at least like write it out or put it somewhere so that I can be like, okay, this is how I need to spend my week. Sometimes I have to micromanage myself. And I learned this from like one of my therapists. One of my therapists is crazy. One of my older therapists that I had, they were like, Lindsay, you need to micromanage yourself. Like literally write down exactly what you should do at what hour of the day and when you should do it. And like, it would be like 8 o'clock, wake up, 8:05, get out of bed, 8:10, brush your teeth. Like, I don't like, sounds crazy. At first I did have to do like step by step. And then as I got better at it, I could like not be as detailed, but that's a real thing. And I actually do it a lot now. Like if I'm overwhelmed or if I have a busy day, I'm just going to write out exactly what my day should look like. I'm like, okay, at 2 o'clock, I'm going to do this, give myself an hour to do it. Then at 3, I got to do this, and micromanage myself. And it keeps me productive. I swear it does. So maybe try that if you ever need some help with productivity. And speaking of productivity and like just reflecting on the winter, winter is not my favorite season. Summer is, of course. I was born in the summer. It's warm. It's fun. Winter is not, especially growing up in Ohio. Winter was like, oh my gosh, it's gray, it's cold, it's snowing. And at least out here in North Carolina, if it snows, everything shuts down. Everyone stays in the house. In Ohio, if it snows, put your boots on, babe. We'll see you at school. You'll be fine. The salt trucks will be out. The shoveling trucks will be out. Your driveway will be shoveled. Like you had to be there. They didn't care. It wasn't an excuse. You could be late, but you were going to be there. So I don't like winter for that reason, because I don't want to go out in the cold. I don't want to be around people. I don't want to deal with the snow. But I feel like winter has taught me a lot about myself, especially this winter, and it's really challenged me. And there are some things that I feel like I can reflect on from this winter. Like I think winter, because the days just seem like they last forever in a negative way, not like the summer way where it's like, ooh, the days are long and we're outside kicking it. Like, no, the days are just long and dreary. I think that has had me have to find internal motivation, because when it's nice out, I'm willing to go do stuff. Like when it's nice out, I'm willing to be productive because I don't know, I feel good and it feels nice and I just have more motivation for it. But when it is cold out, the last thing I want to do is do anything that is productive. And I feel like this winter has really made me tap into my discipline and tap into like my internal motivation and just like my inner drive. So even though I hated it, I didn't hate it. Even though I didn't like it and I didn't necessarily want to be in it, it did teach me a lot. And I'm proud of myself for how I handled it. It's not easy. Winters in North Carolina are a lot easier than in Ohio. Like there's still more sun, and that's a really big thing in the winter. Like you need sun. But I'm definitely glad that it's starting to get warm again. The days feel longer. The sun is out longer. It's not dark for 5 million hours. Like it's not 5 p.m. and it's time to go to sleep. Like it's nice. You can kick it. I do spend a lot more money in the summer because it is nice and I be wanting to kick it. And that's not good, but that's what the winter's for. The winter is for staying in, saving up, like, getting your savings right, and then blowing it. No, I'm just kidding. Don't blow it, but like, spend it and enjoy it and have fun, because you only got one life to live. And if saving is great, but if you not going to experience nothing, what's the point? So I don't know. That's just how I feel about winter, and specifically this winter. But now that I have everything prepped, I'm going to get all this stuff onto the stove. All right, so now that everything's prepped, you know the drill. We're starting with butter. We're going to start with butter, onion, and garlic and start this soup. I'm really excited. I love corn chowder. You know who has a really good corn chowder? Panera. They got a corn chowder that when I see it on the menu, I order it. I'm like, give me the corn chowder. So I'm excited. I'm gonna try to get as close to their version as I can. We'll see what happens. But yeah, we're gonna let this melt. Okay, so onion and garlic. I added the onion and the garlic in, and I'm gonna make sure I remember to add flour before I add in everything else. But something I feel like I've been really challenged in recently, which is why I'm glad I decided to do this, and I'm gonna tell my therapist, like, girl, I did it. I took a step back. Is balancing like relaxation and self-care, slow living, like everything I think I talked about in the first episode with productivity and just like managing my own personal expectations of myself, that like I don't have to be the most productive every single day or just like go so hard. And it's really easy for me to do it, and I'll start out really strong and then I'll fall off, and it's like something you have to keep reminding yourself and keep practicing. And so I'm glad I like took this episode to just keep it casual and cozy, because I do spend a lot of time like thinking about, okay, what am I going to talk about? What do I want to share with people? How do I want this to like resonate with them? And while I still did that this time, I just feel like it's just about like this episode really is about me and just like connecting with people and building this community. And it just feels really good. And I'm just excited for this soup. And like this soup started, like I said, as like a self-care practice for me, as like a way to slow down and as a way to like appreciate me cooking food for myself and adding variety in my diet. And so like to be able to do this today just feels really good. I don't know, it just feels a little different. Like I feel very peaceful. Oh, sorry. I feel very peaceful today, which is a beautiful thing. Peace is such a beautiful thing that often feels really hard to attain, but I think we can create peace, and we don't have to. Same thing with happiness. Like you can create it for yourself. You don't have to look for it. It is always within you, and you just gotta pull it out because it's there. It is there. Okay, going to add in veggie broth. Also, because I am adding lobster, like you could certainly make a lobster stock, and I thought about it, but then I didn't want to put that much work into it, so I didn't. I was like, oh, maybe I should make a lobster stock, and then I was like, I don't feel like it. Just like I didn't have the energy to do it, so I'm just gonna use veggie broth. But I did make it for the lobster bisque because it was really important at that point, for like that's a really important ingredient for the lobster bisque, so that it has the strong lobster flavor, whereas this is a corn chowder with lobster, so the corn is more of the focus and more important. But also when you do make the stock, you could also make a corn stock with the corn cobs, like without any corn on them, just like you do with the shells, and like put it in there and make it taste really good. So that is always an option. So now I'm adding the half and half, like the cream part of the soup, since it is a chowder. Oh my gosh, I can't get this thing open. There we go. And then I'm gonna add in the corn, the potatoes, the lobster, and the pepper. And I'm gonna season this. Definitely like you want some obviously salt, pepper, and paprika really like brings out the flavor, as well as like that lime juice. Lime, I don't know why, but it like takes this soup to the next level. And I'm gonna add in, like I said, some sherry cooking wine. You could also add in vinegar. I think that's an alternative to sherry cooking. And I thought about adding vinegar, but since I have the sherry, I'm just gonna use it. I think that was a lot. I'm gonna be honest. I think that was a lot. Oops. But we'll figure it out. It'll all work out in the end. So like I said, I'm gonna add this stuff in. And yeah, like I said, I've always loved summer because I don't know, summer just seems, it feels so positive and so fun. And I don't know, the weather is nice and people are happy. And like my birthday's in summer, so that's fun. It's just a really good season, but not to hate on winter. Like I think every season has been important. Every season is wildly important to just like life, and the way our bodies naturally react to the seasons is very interesting, and like how we adjust to seasons. And like we'll find, like I find people are always like, oh, I love summer. Well, some people, I love summer because like I can go have fun, and then there's other people who are like, summer is me. So it's really interesting, like just how our bodies naturally enjoy certain seasons because of certain reasons, and like and our personality traits that go along with it. So I'm really excited for summer. I will say I won't be continuing. No, wait, that sounded crazy. Sunday Soup season 1 will end after episode 10, and I'm gonna take the summer for myself. I think I'm gonna like start creating some lifestyle content. I don't know. I'm considering it. If there are things that y'all would want to see me post, like comment down below or let me know on socials, because I am considering doing that and like doing, like I said, more lifestyle content and different things that I do. I have a lot of hobbies, as a lot of y'all know, but then also there are many parts of my life that I could share. So thinking of doing some lifestyle content, but I definitely will be taking off the summer for Sunday Soup because It's summer. Sure, you could make a gazpacho, but like, who wants? I don't plan to be eating a lot of soup in the summer, so it wouldn't make sense for me to like continue. But season 2 will definitely continue and kick off in the fall. So that's why I said I won't be continuing. And I'm like, well, that sounds like I'm ending it. No, I'm not ending. Season 1 will just end at episode 10, and then we'll head into summer and come back in the fall. But I added everything to the pot, and I'm gonna let this like roll probably for about 10-15 minutes, and then so that the potatoes can cook, the corn, all that stuff, and like marinate together, and then we'll come back, we'll season it, let it simmer again, and then it should be done. It's pretty quick soup. So see you in a bit. Okay, so checking back in, it's been rolling pretty high for like 5 minutes, and the color is perfect. So I thought it was gonna take longer. I mean, I'm still gonna let it roll for a little bit, but I'm gonna actually put in the seasoning a little bit. I guess it's been about 6 minutes. So anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes to let it come together will help, and then add in your seasonings. I just thought it would take a little bit longer, but the color tells me all I need to know. Salt, pepper, paprika, and as I mentioned, cilantro. And I don't have any fresh cilantro, so I'm using my like dried, that was a lot, cilantro. And we're gonna mix it together. It smells heavenly. I probably put way too much cilantro. I'm also trying to think of any other seasonings that would like bring out the flavors of this. I might even add in a little bit of like Old Bay for the lobster, just to give it that like chowder, lobster chowder slash corn chowder. And I'm gonna try a little bit of broth. It's really hot. Ooh, but it tastes really, really good. I gotta stop doing that. All right, I'm gonna actually add in some Old Bay off cam and let it do its thing for another like 5 minutes, and then we'll check back in. All right, the soup is all finished. The bowl is really warm, and this bowl is much deeper than my white bowls, so I realized you cannot really see it, but it looks so good, so yummy, and it smells really good. So let's do a taste test, because I'm not gonna burn my tongue. I've learned. Have I? I did it again. I did it with this one. This is so good, y'all. I'm gonna eat the whole pot tonight. I'm not gonna eat leftovers. No, I'm gonna add a salad or some bread or something to fill me up. But thank you for tuning in to this episode of Sunday Soup. Again, like, comment, subscribe, share. I have enjoyed yapping with y'all and look forward to your comments. And if you try this soup, let me know. Next week, we'll be back again, or in 2 weeks, whatever, every other week. We'll be back again where we'll yap some more over some good soup. And yeah, stay blessed, stay peaceful, and I hope you have a very cozy and casual week. Okay, see y'all next week. Bye.